All this political uncertainty has been good for one thing. Bitcoin, the digital currency, soaring to a record high today. So let's go off the charts with BK to break down the move. So BK, why don't you saunter over to the platform?
I don't saunter that often since the incident in 1979. But we'll go on that. Let's talk about Bitcoin and what's going on. So what you're starting to see, look at this tremendous run that we've had in Bitcoin at 1936. Some of the Bitcoin markets today were as high as 2000, touched 2000. What's going on? You're starting to see one thing's going on. You're seeing people buy Bitcoin as a hedge against some of this political chaos. So you think about it, the US dollar is the reserve currency of the world. You have some political chaos. Where do you go? You go into Bitcoin because it's a decentralized currency. But the other thing that's going on underneath is Japan has really come online as a big supporter of this technology in general. So the next one, look at Bitcoin versus, we have the CNY, which is the Chinese yuan, Japanese yen, US dollar. And you can see beginning in the year, CNY had a fair amount of trading, but this orange line right here, that's the Japanese yen. That's almost 40% of the daily Bitcoin volume is now in Japanese yen. So that is kind of fueling everything. So people ask me all the time, how do you buy Bitcoin? Let's go to the next chart. Couple different ways to do it. One, Coinbase, real easy user interface. You go there, they're one of the largest Bitcoin exchanges based in the US. You can buy Bitcoin there. If you want to buy it in your IRA or your brokerage account, GBTC is a symbol. It's called the Bitcoin Investment Trust. Caveat here, it trades at a bit of a premium. Grayscale Investments, great company, does that. And then finally, just for full disclosure, I do run a digital asset fund, which buys Bitcoin and a bunch of the other digital currencies. Certainly, I am biased against Bitcoin, but for me, this is a big bet that this is an emerging technology that's going to be quite disruptive.
So, BK, when we were talking about WannaCry, the ransomware earlier this week, and they're demanding payment in Bitcoin, that actually had a negative impact, right, on Bitcoin? I mean, is that sort of one of the concerns that, you know, it could be used, I don't want to say by criminal enterprises, but by people like the hackers who had WannaCry, and that that could just invite regulation?
It certainly could. I mean, that's always been, it's got to shake off that kind of the idea that people think it's criminal money, but it's really not. I mean, the US dollar is used a heck of a lot more for criminal activity. So, and also there was some negative sentiment, but the people that had that bug and the people that can use Bitcoin, there's not many of those together.
This is part of course, a broader conversation. We started I mentioned the TLT, gold, yen, safe haven trades in this week. So do you still stay in safe haven trades?
I think for the near term, I think a little bit. I'm very comfortable with that. Prefer safe haven, definitely. Not Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's way too high.
Coming up, retail having its worst